This individual is Elon Musk's daughter. She's 20 years old. 2 years ago, right after turning 18, she filed a petition with the court stating that she no longer wished to have a relationship with her father. The lives of many wealthy and famous people are actually filled with misery. Money can buy a house, but it can't buy a family. Nearly half of billionaires' marriages end in divorce. Why would you want to be me? I'm not sure I want to be me either. The only thing money can't buy is self-worth. And money can't buy that. On their deathbeds, no one ever regrets not making more money. This speaks volumes about the true value of wealth. Hello, friends. Money is often a topic of discussion. Money can buy you a bed, but it can't buy you sleep. Money can buy you a watch, but it can't buy you time. Money can buy you food, but it can't buy you the appetite to eat. This is the reality for many people. However, some would argue, if money doesn't bring happiness, then you just don't know how to spend it. If your wealth can't bring you joy, perhaps you're spending it wrong. There's also the saying, money might not buy happiness, but poverty can't buy you anything. So, what's the truth? Does chasing wealth and accumulating money bring greater happiness? Are the richest people in the world also the happiest? Let's dive deeper into this topic in this video. Friends, there's a well-known tale about a businessman and a fisherman. Let me share it with you. One day, on a sunny beach, a fisherman was leisurely fishing. He was lying comfortably, enjoying the sea breeze and fresh air. His fishing rod was buried in the sand next to him. At that moment, a businessman walked by, noticing the fisherman lounging around. He told him that if he kept resting, he wouldn't catch many fish. The fisherman should work harder to catch more fish. The fisherman then asked, "What should I do instead?" The businessman advised him to buy a bigger net. With a fishing rod, he could catch only one fish at a time, but with a net, he could catch several at once. The fisherman asked, "What would I do with so many fish?" The businessman replied, "You'd sell them in the market, of course. Then you'd make money." The fisherman then asked, "What would I do with that money?" The businessman said, "You could buy a boat. With a boat, you could get even more nets and catch even more fish." The fisherman, still curious, asked, "What next?" The businessman began to get frustrated. Didn't the fisherman get it? With the extra money, the fisherman could hire workers who would catch even more fish. They would sell the fish, and the fisherman would make even more money. "Okay," said the fisherman, "but then what?" By now, the businessman was getting annoyed. With all that money, the fisherman could eat the finest food, party at the best places, relax on the beach whenever he felt like it. The fisherman could simply spend the rest of his life relaxing. At this, the fisherman looked up at the businessman and said, "That's exactly what I'm doing right now." Does this story resonate with you, friends? Think about it. If the businessman hadn't mentioned the part about relaxing on the beach, the fisherman's life wouldn't have had the perfect punchline. What if the businessman had told the fisherman that by becoming rich, he could drink the most expensive wine in the world? What would the fisherman have said? He probably would have replied that he doesn't drink. But what if the businessman had suggested that with wealth, he could buy expensive clothes? The fisherman could have easily responded, saying that he doesn't need those since he's perfectly happy in his t-shirt. Now, if the businessman had told him that, with all that money, he could stay in a 5-star hotel and enjoy fine dining, how do you think the fisherman would have replied? There's a response for everything. The fisherman could have said, "What's the point of a 5-star hotel when true peace lies in nature? Fresh air, the vast sea, the trees along the coast, cooking the fish he caught himself. That would taste better than any fancy food from a hotel. Do you see the point?" This story holds some truth. We know so many people who don't wear designer clothes, don't eat at expensive restaurants, don't earn piles of money, but are still happy and content in their lives. But on the other hand, there are countless wealthy millionaires who are far from happy. Take Elon Musk, for instance, the richest man in the world. In a tweet from July 2017, he said, "The reality is great highs, terrible lows, and unrelenting stress. Don't think people want to hear about the last two. This is the harsh reality. For a time, they might be on top, but the risks of falling are constant, and the stress is relentless. But no one really talks about these struggles. Take a look at a report from the Wall Street Journal last year. It revealed that Elon Musk uses microdoses of ketamine to cope with depression. He later downplayed it, saying depression is overdiagnosed in the US, and that among his circle of friends, taking ketamine occasionally is a better alternative. Then, there's this person, Elon Musk's daughter. She's 20 years old. When she turned 18 2 years ago, she filed a petition to the court, stating she wanted no relationship with her father. If money could buy happiness, Elon Musk certainly wouldn't lack it. So why is there such a strained relationship between them? Last year, his biographer shared that Elon was hurt by his daughter's decision to cut ties with him. Why doesn't she want to spend time with him? Elon Musk divorced his wife, Justine Wilson, in 2008. Then he married English actress Tallulah Riley, only for them to divorce 2 years later. He had a relationship with Canadian musician Grimes, but after 3 years, they too parted ways. Additionally, his affairs have been the subject of public attention, but none of these relationships lasted. According to an insider report last year, Elon Musk is currently single. Why didn't these women find happiness with the world's richest man? You might think that Elon Musk's situation is unique, but it's not. He's not the only billionaire facing this kind of turmoil. The second richest person in the world, Bernard Arnault, has been divorced. Jeff Bezos, the third richest, has been divorced as well. Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, and Sergey Brin, all part of the top 10 richest individuals, have gone through divorces. A Forbes study on billionaires in America found that 49% of billionaires get divorced. That means every other billionaire is a divorcee. While the overall divorce rate in America is around 42%, billionaires have no shortage of wealth. So why do they still end up divorced? This brings to mind something crucial. You can buy a house, but you can't buy a family. Even with vast wealth, siblings fight over money. Take the case of liquor baron Ponti Chadha and his brother, who killed each other in a shootout. You've probably heard about the Ambani brothers' feud. Their court battles dragged on for years. Both brothers made public statements against one another. The situation grew so dire that, in 2009, Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee had to step in, asking them to resolve their dispute privately as it was affecting the markets. In society, many see billionaires as inspirations, role models to follow, and work toward becoming like them. But when Elon Musk was asked 3 years ago how one could become like him, his answer was quite different. If you have advice for young people who want to be like Elon Musk, what's your advice to them? They shouldn't want to be. I think it sounds better than it is. I'm not sure I want to be me. Why would anyone want to be like him? He admitted he doesn't even want to be himself. The lives of many wealthy individuals and celebrities are just as miserable. Take this article from 2021. I'm a therapist to the super rich. They are as miserable as Succession makes them out to be. Referring to the popular TV show, what the therapist means is that most of the billionaires he's worked with struggle with shame, guilt, and fear. They deal with trust issues, always suspicious of those around them, which makes their lives stressful and miserable. Some celebrities even fall into such deep depression that they take their own lives. Pratyusha Banerjee, a household name from the TV show Balika Vadhu, tragically passed away. Hollywood actor Robin Williams, who made others laugh, was hiding his own depression. Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana, took his life at just 27, at the peak of his career. None of them lacked money, but it didn't bring them happiness. There are also other famous names who were lucky enough to escape depression. Last year, Kapil Sharma shared that he suffered from depression and even had suicidal thoughts. Promoting his film Zogato, he revealed how this dark period taught him to enjoy life's simple joys. Another well-known figure is Deepika Padukone, one of India's most successful actresses, who also battled depression. On a positive note, she was open about it. She supports numerous mental health awareness initiatives. Beyond that, there are many people who might not necessarily be depressed, but their actions clearly reflect dissatisfaction with their lives. Take film stars, for example. Actors whose movies have grossed billions, yet in their pursuit of more, they do surrogate ads for tobacco products. Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar, Ajay Devgan, Ranveer Singh, Amitabh Bachchan, Virender Sehwag, Sunil Gavaskar, and others. Imagine their greed for money, willing to sacrifice their sense of social responsibility and conscience just to make more. If they aren't content with billions, will a few million earned from tobacco ads bring them satisfaction? I don't think so. This is why, friends, it's crucial to prioritize your happiness and satisfaction over money. Unfortunately, many people don't. Most are consumed by their greed for wealth. Those who make earning money their top priority believe that happiness and satisfaction will come once they've amassed a certain amount. But that's simply not true. Some of you might argue that while rich people may be dissatisfied and depressed, poor people face similar issues. Poor people commit suicide too, they suffer from depression, and many experience family disputes. They are dissatisfied with their lives as well. You're absolutely right, and I'm not denying this. I'm not claiming that poor people are happier. The point I'm making is that the idea that rich people are inherently more satisfied or happier than the poor is simply incorrect. If someone is truly poor, they should definitely be helped out of poverty. Romanticizing poverty is wrong. You may come across some people on social media who share photos of poor children studying under streetlights, calling it inspiring. But we shouldn't be inspired by these images. We should feel sad that there are still children in our country forced to study under such conditions. As a nation, we should work together to give every child the same opportunities, starting with a basic standard of living. I believe money acts as a foundation. A certain amount of money is needed to reach a standard of living, like having a decent home, ensuring your family has health insurance, providing quality education to your children, and not having to worry about basics like food, water, or groceries. I cover this in my course too. To a certain extent, happiness can only be attained once a certain financial base is met. So how much money should one aim to earn? The exact amount will vary from person to person, but there is a specific level for everyone where they'll maximize satisfaction and happiness. And it's not as much as you might think. I explain this in detail in the course, but the conclusion is clear. The idea that your 20s and 30s are meant for hustling so you can relax in your 40s is utter nonsense. Believe me, friends, this period of working and earning money is also when you need to enjoy life. This phase will never come again. Grab these moments, forget about what's to come. A lot of people think that because their current car cost $500,000, they need to buy an even more expensive one, hoping to eventually own a Mercedes. But the only thing worth buying is self-image, and money can't buy that. You need to improve your self-image so much that you won't need a Mercedes to prove anything to anyone. Step away from the social media bubble where everyone is showing off. The lives you see on Instagram, those smiles and luxury, often have a reality that's completely different. Showing off and trying to make others jealous, or feeling jealous of others, only keeps you trapped in this cycle. It fuels the race for money. You see someone with a luxury watch, and suddenly you feel the need to buy one too, pushing you to work harder. Maybe you even want that expensive car you saw online, motivating you to make more money. This problem grows when motivational speakers and billionaires promote this mindset. You've probably seen ads like, "Why aren't you a millionaire yet?" If you're over 30 and not earning a 10 million, something's terribly wrong. As if being a millionaire is the only real goal in life. Some time ago, companies like White Hat Jr. and BYJUs did something similar. They convinced people that if they didn't buy their course, their children would be left behind. Selling courses isn't inherently wrong. I sell my own too. However, the way these courses are marketed is completely different. I encourage you to purchase my course to learn something new, acquire valuable skills, and add meaning to your life. It can open up better employment opportunities and help you advance in your career. But when you're told to buy a course with the promise that it'll make you a millionaire, that's pure madness. Money is a byproduct of your work, the results of your efforts. Your earnings should not become your sole focus. These so-called gurus often tell you another thing. Retire early at 45. And then what? What will you do once you've retired at 45? Spend the rest of your life in mindless consumption? Have you ever heard of karma yoga? It's one of the core principles of Hindu philosophy. Along with it, there's Gyan Yoga, the intrinsic desire to learn new things, to discover the unknown. And then there's Bhakti Yoga. Money shouldn't be the top priority in life. Earning money shouldn't be the only goal you chase. These motivational speakers often hold up figures like Elon Musk and Mukesh Ambani as examples, trying to convince you that you could be the next Elon Musk or Mukesh Ambani, as if being a scientist, teacher, doctor, dentist, architect, sociologist, anthropologist, or historian isn't valuable work. Everyone seems to think they need to become a business tycoon. What these people don't realize is that Elon Musk and Mukesh Ambani might envy the lives of some average people who are more satisfied and happier than they are. There's a story that goes like this. There was a time when I had to choose between time and money. I thought, I can't compete with Mukesh Ambani when it comes to wealth. He's got the upper hand there. So I decided to change the game. I chose time. Let's see how this works out, Mukesh. I now spend Monday mornings listening to Radiohead for 4 hours, wondering what Mukesh would be doing at that time. Probably stuck in meetings. Loser. I win. This might sound like a joke, but there's a kernel of truth in it. An Australian nurse, Bronnie Ware, who worked in palliative care with terminally ill patients, shared some interesting insights. She asked these patients about their biggest regrets before they passed away, and wrote a book on her findings titled The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. The 5 most common regrets people have before they die are as follows. They wish they had the courage to live a life true to themselves, rather than one shaped by others' expectations. They wish they hadn't worked as hard and regretted spending too much time focused on work, career, and money instead of their families. They wish they had expressed their feelings more openly. They wish they had stayed in touch with their friends. They wish they had allowed themselves to be happier. Not one person on their deathbed regretted not making more money. That should tell you everything you need to know about the real value of money. So friends, think about it. When your time is up, will you truly regret not buying that Mercedes? Will you wish you had splurged on that luxury watch or those branded clothes? This is why self-reflection is so crucial while we're still here. Hinduism and Jainism emphasize the principle of non-possessiveness. Don't try to own everything. Gautam Buddha's middle way teaches, don't renounce the world, live in it. Enjoy, but don't immerse yourself in material possessions. Freedom lies in minimalism. The more money you earn and the more things you own, the more maintenance you'll need. Many people become slaves to their own lifestyle in this relentless rat race to accumulate more and more. Whatever you buy today in excitement, tomorrow it will seem old and less exciting. You'll crave the next new thing, and this creates a perpetual cycle of buying and consuming, yet never finding lasting happiness. True happiness is found elsewhere, by doing what you love, having a sense of purpose, helping others, and sharing. In Hinduism, giving, dan, is a significant value. In Islam, zakat, or charity, is one of the 5 pillars. In Sikhism, the concept of dasvan teaches that 1/10 of your income should be donated. These are the things that truly bring happiness. This video is a bit different from my usual style, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and feel free to suggest more topics you'd like me to cover. Also, I've created a video on social media addiction, which you can click here to watch. Thank you so much.